So, congratulations, you did it. You did it. You survived the deadlines, the dissertations, the occasional existential crisis in the library at 2 in the morning. You survived the fire alarms en route as I did in your first year. You survived and hopefully remember most of the nights out in the SU. Shout out to Pop and school days, your nights out in Leamington and Coventry as well, again, most of which I hope you remember, but certainly today is a big day for you to remember. Now you're here in robes, looking fine. This is a fantastic, fantastic occasion. I'm so proud to be here. It's a huge honor to be back here, 15 years after I graduated, 60 years since the university was founded, and 85 years, actually, since my grandfather, a Czech Jewish refugee, was stationed in Leamington Spa with the Czech Free Army. It really does feel like coming home. The last time I stood on this stage, I was Students' Union president. That was 2011, a very, very different time. Tuition fees were rising. Boo. Tuition fees were increasing, and I know I was a bit of a pain to university leadership, but nonetheless, I'm very, very happy to have been invited back to speak to you today. I'm also reminded of my own origin story. The legendary Trevor McCriskin in the Pays department met with me in the summer of 2006 and told me all about Warwick, about the Pays program, and really convinced me to apply. And I owe it to him and the resultant experience I had at Warwick and its fantastic students' union, sports clubs, and societies for making me who I am today. I look at all of you with immense pride and a really great sense of nostalgia. Today is completely about you. Everything you've done over the last few years, all the decisions you've made, all the friendships you formed have led you to this point. And while on paper a university degree is an equation, I know that your paths have not been linear. I know you've made choices, I know you've made sacrifices, I know you've faced unforeseen challenges in life. I know that you've probably faced culture shock, whether you're from down the road in Coventry or from overseas in coming to Warwick. And here you are. All the decisions you've made have led you to this point. You've slayed your way through the game for the last 3 years. All the decisions were the right ones, so well done, you made it. And I remember distinctly being where you are now, close to my friends Alex, Ramesa, Kirat, Michelle, Sarah, Ruth, James, Sean, Chris, still friends to this day, panicking about what to do next. What was all of this for? I had a huge set of interests: education, social justice, international development, diplomacy, languages, UK politics, without a clear trajectory in mind. Where do I even start? What was all of this for? And whether you're heading into corporate grad schemes, the civil service, master's degrees, graduate jobs, volunteering, or still applying, my advice is the same. Always be open to change. See it as a partner that can augment who you are, because change is inevitable. In a goal-obsessed world, let curiosity and passion lead you so you can spiral upwards in your careers and your lives, learning as you go about what you're good at and what makes your heart sing. I've bounced around since graduating from Warwick in 2010, and I describe my career as spiraling upwards because I've often made short-term decisions based on curiosity, challenge, and frankly, fun. And I've always said to myself, as long as 2 of those 3 things are satisfied, I'm a happy guy. And of course, I faced my own setbacks, unforeseen. I've applied for jobs I didn't get, applied to degrees I didn't get into. I became a carer unexpectedly, relationships, breakups, and the rest of it. And here I am today. I started my career at a charity running a national political youth leadership program, then moved into education diplomacy in the third sector, supporting the government's international development and soft power agenda, working across 5 government departments, writing speeches for the Prime Minister, drafting legislation with overseas governments, and often being invited to be a keynote speaker at intergovernmental conferences. I then went on to do something a bit more applied because, frankly, I found the world of policy to be a bit slow, and I wanted to see that line of sight between the work I put in and the impact that I could have. And that led me to my research master's degree in international development and education, which led me to a role working for the United Nations in the field in war-torn Burma and Thailand. For the last 7 years, thanks to an introduction by my close Warwick fellow alumni, Chris, I've been at PA Consulting as an investment strategy consultant, helping clients from the NHS to the Foreign Office make tough investment decisions in a fiscally constrained environment, all related and driven by policy development. From working in ministers' private offices to influence policy, to working with teachers in conflict-ridden Burma, from writing the investment case for a new hospital in a deprived part of the northeast, to leading a crisis team at the Department for Education during Brexit to protect Erasmus, to be very clear, my career has been nothing short of diverse. So why am I telling you this? Because I haven't had a one-employer, a single-sector career, and neither have my fellow Warwick graduates from 2010. It's been varied, and I've loved it. My path hasn't been linear, it's been generative, and with the pace of change in the world, I know yours will be too. And that's really what I wanted to share with you today. It's okay not to have it all figured out today, after the next job, or in 3 jobs' time. Even if you're starting a graduate scheme next week, stay open. Think of your life as being full of tiny experiments, which means you don't know the outcomes of the effort or time you're going to invest. So you have license to be driven by passions, by interests, and to pivot when you need to. Every decision is just one data point in what will be a long life and certainly a long career. Please don't compare yourselves to each other. There is no one linear path. You will get to where you need to your way, following your passions and interests. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Change is constant. Global change, policy change, personal change. The job you'll love in 5 years might not even exist yet. Time moves quicker and quicker. When I graduated, the UK was still in the EU. We hadn't had a global pandemic. Referring to mental health, sadly, was taboo. Influencing just wasn't a thing. AI was still sci-fi. TikTok and crypto, I think, thankfully, didn't exist. You're graduating into a world of uncertainty and where the pace of change is increasing, but also, of course, one of possibility. AI, climate change, rising populism, unpredictable global order, war, increasing inequality, and threats to social justice. These are real challenges in the UK and abroad. Not to mention that we live in an era of hot takes, fake news, and influencers getting more airtime than intellectuals. But you, graduate sitting in front of me, you have a Warwick degree, which means that you are armed with intellect, reason, and critical thinking. You are positioned to do good in the world and to ask the questions that others can't, whether in your personal lives or in your professional careers. Who is winning? Why? Is it just? What can I do? I want to end with 3 quick pieces of advice to help you spiral upwards. Firstly, as I said, embrace change by letting yourself be driven by curiosity and your sense of wonder. Think about your next steps as tiny experiments. It's fine if they don't work out or if they're boring. Secondly, please take up space with your whole self. Particularly young women and graduates from minority backgrounds, you've more than earned your right to be in the rooms and spaces you'll take up. Challenge power structures by thriving in the spaces you'll find yourselves in. And finally, please have fun. Life is too short not to, and explore. The world is too big not to. And if you haven't let your parents or family follow you on Instagram or TikTok, it's probably okay to do that now. And that leaves me to say, on behalf of Warwick Politics and all alumni from the last 60 years, welcome. I'm proud of you. We're proud of you. We're waiting for you with open arms, cheering you on. Honestly, we're everywhere. Come find us. Congratulations, graduates of 2025.